Let's take a look at a comic book that you've never heard of. I've never heard of it either, but it's Samurai Cat. No, it's not Samurai Pizza Cats, but nevertheless, a very interesting title on its own. It's book 2 out of 3, printed for the August 1991 date. It was during that time where I was too busy with everything else to read much of anything. But then again, Epic Comics was not something that I was out there pursuing, except for very few things. I think, didn't they do Alien Legion? Something like that? There's a few Epic Comics I may have read, like, what were those little elf people? They were okay. This one has the Mallard, the Master, and the Moron. It is the Meet Thagala, whatever, Thought, and his lovely assistant, Bambi and Buffy. All right. So I had to do some editing to this comic book because for some reason, and I understand. They're in a hurry. They forgot to do some things, but there's a few things in here I'll show you that I had to fix. Now, book 2 has Ralph Macchio. Wow, the Karate Kid's doing a magazine or a comic book about a martial arts person. That's very interesting. And I wonder if they at all borrowed from the Samurai Pizza Cat concept, because Samurai Pizza Cat, it's a little too close to say. He's going through his book for people to, hunt down, basically, kind of like those things you could find at your gas stations that show you all the, runaway criminals. We got the usual suspects: Frankenstein, Alfred E. Newman, Hitler, whoever that is, Boris and Natasha. And he's like, oh, this is the one I'm going to go after. So he's going to go after a magician named something I can't pronounce because it's like Tamama Ding Ding. And along his way, he's going to the tavern where he can, of course, find barbarians who might find some information. They are trying to basically put him down because he's a cat. You don't put up with that mess. It's not quite as funny as, say, like Gru. Now, Gru was hilarious. But, if you like parody, this is something you can watch or read for parody's sake, because we're going to have an ongoing hero throughout this entire thing. Well, rival hero. This is Coned the Barbarian, not to be mistaken with somebody else. And instead of Grome or whatever, he worships Chrome. It is pretty, but Chrome is not really a god. All right, there's a lot of parodies in here I don't quite get, like all these names, like Almarek, Umlarek, obviously it's a parody of something to do with, if you're a Conan fan, which I only know one person that's a Conan fan that I know. Of course there's more than one Conan fan, but Bill, if you're watching this, which I doubt you are, let me know what are these jokes I'm missing. Like this one, there's a giant oyster, or actually black walnut, the border between Canada and Pickland. So they're going to Pickland from Canada, mythical lands, of course. There's no such thing as Canada. That's just a silly thought. Anyway, so they're going to go over there. They get attacked by the people, the porcupix. They call them porcupix. Again, not sure if that's something from Conan or if it's more of a making fun of Americans for being porky-sized. It was 1991. Were they really that fat back in 1991? Because I wasn't. I was skinny as a rail in 1991. Well, I was over the 126, but not quite where I am now, that's for sure. All right, so I was 126 pounds in high school all the way up through 12th grade, and then I gained probably about a few more pounds, like 15 or something, but it was mostly muscle, trust me. I started working and skateboarding and working and skateboarding. Anyway, we're not here about me, we're about the book. They're doing the conga line, trying to drum up, dun 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 dun. Actually, the music, he says, it's like I'm walking on sunshine or something. Here he says, you are my sunshine, bada bada boom, bada bada boom. So evidently they're drumming You Are My Sunshine. The cat is drawn really well. I do wish there was some kind of action figure of that cat. I do like the cat. I do like Samurai Cats to begin with. I really like Samurai Pizza Cats even more, though. But I wouldn't mind having this one as well if they made an action figure. While they're in the feverish pitch of all of it, it culminates to where we have a sinister figure appearing. It is the magician himself and his two lovely assistants, where they forgot to put clothes on these ladies. I don't know what the artist was thinking, so I helped him out by improvising and putting something on there a little more appropriate, but I feel like there should be a little bit more on it, but I don't know. I do have other colors to work with here. If I feel like I need to go back and revise it, I have like this color, which is a great paint pen color, but It does absorb pretty well. I thought with this plasticky paper they were starting to use at that time, it wasn't going to absorb the ink and it was going to smear all over this side when I closed the book, but it did pretty well. So I had to fix it over here as well. He's going to do a magical trick, which involves a saw blade and putting a guy into a casket and sawing him in half, and then it was censored. Too disgusting even for this comic book. Well, here he is all over the place. Oh, maybe I didn't do enough paint on this one. I need a little bit more on that one. All right, so, well, oops. Oh, well. And now he's going to transfer his soul into a duck monster thing, whatever. And while he's doing that, he's like, hey, here's a perfect opportunity. While he's inside the body, he can, the cat's thinking, I can kill that body since there's nothing in there. And you know what? He'll never return to it. I also fixed some of the men's because it was just a little too, they were showing too much thigh. But anyway, while they're rushing to save their huts from burning, he was going to go in there and cut them all up. But then, oh no, his rival had to get the last bit in, so he clanged him over the head and he severed him up. But what Conan whatever didn't realize maybe that he was actually right there, the spirit. Well, he didn't realize he's going to jump up there and get on him and attack him. And while he's fighting with him, oh, look at that. He tore his pants, and I didn't know they were boxers under there. That's kind of funny. So under those hairy, furry loincloths, they're wearing boxers. Well, at least they're a little bit modest on that aspect. Well, anyway, so while he's fighting back and forth with the duck, I thought he was going to turn into Howard the Duck for a while there. I was like, is he going to turn into Howard the Duck? 'Cause that's what it seems like. At the very end, the cat came in and took his revenge. So, well, they both got at least one victim. And then the girls were running around because everybody was slaughtered except for the girls. I wonder why they didn't slaughter the girls. That seems very sexist to me. I think they should have slaughtered the girls as well. Anyway, next issue, the Empire State Strikes Back. Oh, so it sounds like a Star Wars parody. No, they wouldn't go there. Oh, wait, they would. Huh. Dare to face with the Darth Shatner. Oh, Shatner. I've heard that name before, but it's not in Star Wars, so that's a very weird, quirky little crossover. And our next issue, don't miss it. It's going to have a big old, he's got a grill on his face like he's a Mack truck. I wonder if he transforms into a giant truck. But there he is fighting off against our cat. Well, what did you guys think? I mean, was this an issue for you? I personally wouldn't recommend it unless you're just a hardcore, like maybe you got the Conan jokes. I don't get them, but maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much as you. You may enjoy it. But I don't know. I mean, it was $1.99 for this particular issue for me. Originally, it was $2.25 back when money actually counted for something. But in our modern economy, that would be a lot more. That would be almost $5. Well, thanks to Bidenomics, that'd be $20. But maybe you got the jokes. Maybe you didn't. Maybe if you read it for yourself, and let me know if you did. And maybe you could say, well, issue number 1, I don't know what that was based on. It didn't. This one's based on Conan. The next issue is based on Star Wars. What was issue 1 based on? Again, I never heard of this before. I gave it a chance, picked it up, read it for myself. Would you have picked this issue up? Just curious, because sometimes things like this, especially with the word samurai cat, it draws me because I'm like going samurai cat. Samurai cat. 2 things that go great together. Now, if they put the word pizza in the middle, that'd be even cooler. Have a fantastic day.